If you're from out of state and you happen to be watching this, tell your friends to stay the fuck home. Go somewhere else. If anybody wants to join me, you have about an hour to get ready. Meet me. As long as you can keep up in the fucking woods.
September 2025. What you thought you knew about the Summer Wells case, it wasn't new, and it wasn't true. There's new addresses, new names, and precisely what is happening in the Summer Wells case is unprecedented in Tennessee history. The factors that tie this case together are not the factors we thought they were. It's not the suspects we thought it was.
Like, not be a baby. So, if anybody wants to join me, can wash off real quick. You know, no perfumes. No, you can keep up in the woods in the fucking dark. More than welcome to come. So, anyway, got about an hour to meet me. Yeah. Anyway, just message me, text me, do whatever. Yeah.
At the time Jody Stu posted this video to Facebook, she had 4 Facebook friends.
What might not happen, rinse perfume off myself, cover up, etc. So just message. You can meet me. You can go with. Dollars to try to build a $500,000 house on that piece that I hope falls off the goddamn bank. I hope her greenies and everybody else had she taken my offer, which is stupid enough to move into fucking Beach Creek and somebody else's fucking yard, because they know they can die. Maybe whisper that for the first time in the history of Beach Creek, people are tired about it fucking staters and out-of-towners thinking they're going to move the fuck in there and do this bullshit. I've never seen anybody move on top of anybody else that wasn't family inside of the country like this, but here we are. But the point is, people would have made more had they just taken our fucking shit. And none of this would be happening and people wouldn't be in danger.
And everybody else walking them streets. And I'm not talking about Chad Arnold either. I'm talking about our dead cousin, Chad Light. How old was we when we was running in woods and nobody ever messed with us? The main roads, hell, far.
No.
Okay, so does that tell?
I think it was right there on 110.
Now what?
That's why the law enforcement thinks it's all happened on 110.
Okay, then. I had nothing to do with the neighbors. I don't know them as well as everybody else. I didn't talk to them. I didn't associate with them. The first time I ever went with Donnie was on November the 22nd, or November of 2022, when the YouTubers was here and everybody went out to eat that was here. I mean, I was a neighbor to the Wells. That's it.
Did your son hang out up there by chance?
No, my son never hung out over there. If anything, the only thing he done was run over there and get the black and white dog when she got loose, or the male black and white Australian Shepherd when their dogs was in heat and he would run off. We would go get him from their property. That way they was not no pups.
So he never would swim in that pool?
No, we had our own little pop-up swimming pool over there if my kids wanted to swim in a swimming pool. They didn't associate with the Wells. Yes, she watched their kids like once or something. Yes, they watched my property when I went to the beach one time. But other than that, there was not no hanging out. We was not friends. We was neighbors. We was cordial. We was, yes, I sold them a little weed. Anything wrong I have done. I left when after summer went missing. And it wasn't right after. I was gone by the 31st of July. And I was doing my other things.
Where were you staying at?
I was probably staying at my mom and dad's house, or as of July 31st or somewhere right in there. I was living somewhere out of town.
In Knoxville?
No. I've got receipts, and I can show receipts of where I stayed. Huh?
Sevierville?
Yeah. Hawkins County. Which road?
Hawkins.
No, it's Sullivan County.
Sullivan? Oh, I'm talking.
Yeah.
Okay. Bring
I've got it all the time in the world.
not all the time in the world, but
Well, rock out with your cock out then. Let's go.
Jody Sue. Well,
She has to make me look how she wants me to look to be bad, but she's not wanting me to look that bad because I'm not. I was GPS tracked. I was followed when I left to try to get away. I was tracked down. I was looked for. If I was that bad, I was gone. I moved 3.5 hours away from here to 2 or 3 different towns bouncing around, and people knew who I was when I filled out an application and go in and take an interview. That was one of the first few questions when they looked at you funny. I mean, I applied for a bar where I moved to cook in the kitchen.
Uh-huh.
And I called her, and she's like, yeah, come in for an interview. Come on in. And then I got there, and I was talking to her, chit-chatting. She's like, so you're from around Rogersville, ain't you? I was like, yeah, I lived in Beach Creek. That's where I was raised. And she's like, yeah, you put your address down as this and this and this. That's straight across the street from it. That's Summer Wells. Are you that Andy B? I'm like, and I didn't even put Andy on it. I used my initial, and I put my first name and my last name. Yeah, they know who I am. They don't want nobody caught up in the middle of a missing girls case. You sit there and you say you seen me on the 15th. I mean, okay, you believe you seen me. I wasn't there. If the police seen me there on camera, by all means, I think they done be here to get me. I'll call them Monday because I'm sick and tired of going through this. And I'm going to see what they say. My uncle's house right next to his mom's to get him and to talk to him about Jackie Dobbs on the 14th. And I went back out to wait for the police to get there and my mom to get there on the 14th to deal with Jackie Dobbs being there. And between the time that my uncle talked to Jackie Dobbs on the 14th and the time that I talked to Jackie Dobbs, there was a miraculous vehicle appear, but only one person. So I've got a question for Fred. If he's seen him, did you see Jackie Dobbs on the 15th before I was down there and the law was down there and Mom was down there? What time did you see him any day on the 14th?
That morning.
What time that morning?
About 8:30.
Okay, so I was probably still at the damn house asleep then. Was there a blue Blazer down there in my driveway?
Yes.
May God strike me dead sitting right here talking to y'all.
It's timestamp 15, and they had me wire to wire on the 15th because Don was at my house at 8:30 at night.
Okay. I wasn't at the bottom of the driveway at 8 o'clock.
I said, Don come to my house about 8:30 on the 15th, and which the law follows him in. That's when they search my place and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, when Don leaves, that's when they set me up with the wire to wire in on them on the 15th.
How long was Don there? Like at that point?
About 15 minutes.
For that first, and then he came back later too.
Yeah, he's off and on all night.
So they wanted you to. Okay, so that's why, because because they just happened to see Don leave straight from there, right? He just left, and you're telling him that he was acting weird, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well,
on the 15th.
They had your phone on the 15th?
They took my phone and dipped it on the 15th.
Okay. Why would they take your phone and not take my phone?
They dipped everybody's phone.
They didn't take my phone. They didn't take Jody Sue's phone. They didn't take Boogie's phone. My phone. They didn't take her phone.
So they didn't take your phone. That's really bad police work if that's true. Because if
They did not take my phone.
Hunter's saying you text, it's done, and you're going to tell us that your phone.
They didn't take my phone.
Then that's ridiculous. If that's true, that's ridiculous.
She still has one of those phones now.
I know who you're
Stuff like Jody Sue says, or is that not true?
Whose house? My house? My parents' house?
Grandparents. Somebody's grandparents, like either Jody Sue's parents or your parents, for some kind of digital stuff.
Nobody searched my parents' house. Nobody's came to my parents' house. I have not spoke with the police since a few days after this. After Summer went missing.
That's not what he's saying, Jane. That's not what he's saying. No.
I have not spoke with the police since a few days after this. After Summer went missing.
That's not what he's saying, Jane. That's not what he's saying. No.
Twice or once removed or something.
People are acting like you're just like you guys are disowning each other or something, and that's not what
I'm not.
It's just how it is.
No. Okay. Let's lay this out here. If I'm wrong, correct me, Fred. Your dad is my mama's, my grandmother's brother, right? So that would make me and you second cousins?
Yes.
Okay. I'm not trying to say that Fred is not my cousin. Or are you trying to say you're not related to me?
Who, me? No.
Yeah. Okay, so we are related. We just was not raised together. I was not raised on Ben Hill Road until I chose to go back there once I started school, and I would spend the weekends there. And then once I got older to the like 15, 16 and was driving, yeah, I stayed down there a little bit here and there because my mama lived there. When my mama got sick and moved out, started staying at my mama's house or my mom and dad's house, I didn't go down there very much until I moved back down there after she passed away, and I got out of trouble and I moved from the other house. So, the only cousin that I have in Beach Creek that I was close to and I was raised with, and you could say I played with every day as a kid or every other day because my mama and his mama were close sisters, and they lived 2 miles apart. So she took Chad Light, yes. He's dead now. That was my closest cousin that I was close to that lived in Beach Creek. That's the only person I really had anything to do with in Beach Creek. And they lived 2 miles apart. So she took Chad Light, yes. Closest cousin that I was close to that lived in Beach Creek. That's the only person I really had anything to do with in Beach Creek.
Fields Road search. Did you go down to Fields Road on the 15th? Or why? Do you know anything about that property of your guys's, Andy, being focused on?
No, not really. They searched all down through there. Like, it wasn't just Fields Road. They've come through the mountain back there in between Ben Hill Road and Fields Road. You can come back behind, kind of close to Fred's mom and dad's house in between there and where he stayed. And you could go back across in front of that house, and you can pop out at my cousin Chad's house, right behind his house. So that's right there close to Bell Road and Fields Road. All down through there. Like, it wasn't just Fields Road. They've come through the mountain back there in between Ben Hill Road and Fields Road. Seen him, there wasn't a vehicle there. When I seen him, there was a vehicle there. When Fred seen him, there was a vehicle there. Where was that vehicle when my Uncle John seen him?
I don't really quite understand it all, but
look, the only problem that I had with Jackie Dobbs was that he had cut trees on my property, not his. Now, let me ask Fred a question too to go with that whole Jackie Dobbs situation, because he knows, and if I'm wrong, then somebody else told me wrong. You know where the driveway goes up that we use now?
Yes.
You know where the old driveway goes up, that goes up beside that splits off and goes up through the woods?
Yes.
Both them's theirs, right? That goes with Mamaw's property, right? As far as you know, as far as I know.
A part of it does, part of it don't. That's why they built a new road up to the property.
Okay. So when he was cutting trees, he was in between the old road and the new road. Is that his or is that mine? Or Mamaw's, mom and dad's? Mom.
By law, neither one. If it's in the between the two lanes, it's in the natural right-of-way of the road. Nobody owns it. Regardless, they didn't have to run the man off his own property.
Mom and my uncle's.
Your property far as parking, but that was about it. He cut trees to
Okay.
the left-hand
Okay,
driveway.
would you want somebody pulling up on part of your property without talking to you and cutting your trees? And then just the only thing that I had against Jackie Dobbs, I didn't care if he had property. I didn't care if he lived on his property. Mom and dad, mom and uncle, nobody cared if Jackie Dobbs was there, just as long as he'd get his ass on his property. Just like he come down there and messed with you, and he got what he got.
Yeah.
So, do you know anybody down there that you think would be a child predator?
No, not really. I do.
Even.
Wait, hold on. What, Fred?
Yeah, what?
They was child predators at Dawn's.
Yeah.
Dimes and down the road and over yonder and on the next road too. I could think of 3 right off the top of my head. FLDS and 32's Tattoo Man. So far, Andy sold him weed on the 13th, the 14th, and the 15th.
I didn't have nothing to do with that, man.
Of any type of get together on the 14th, like of people hanging out here?
No.
Okay.
I want to say that I might have been there on the 14th to take them some weed, but I didn't see nobody else. I pull up in my truck. Dawn and Candace come out, and they pay me, and I roll off the hill, and I go back to my hill.
Because of their silence, Beach Creek will never be the same. Ben Hill Road will never be the same. And maybe we should thank God for that. Because surely He would never let this happen again. Never in 100 years. This will be the crime of the century. We are Summer's Army. Please like, subscribe, share. Join my memberships for only 99 cents a month. And y'all continue to watch the drama play out and roll on.
Do you think Judy Sue knows what happened to Summer?
Honestly, no.
Yeah. Okay.
I didn't have nothing to do with it. I sold them weed. I knew who they was.
Yeah.
I wish I could tell you who had your daughter or where she was, because I would like to end this right now and walk the fuck away from it.
Yeah. I may ask, what car were you in again on the 15th?
The Soul. I'm pretty sure the fucking Kia Soul. The Dodge truck sat at the bottom of the driveway. The Soul got parked at the bottom of the driveway because the Soul wouldn't go up the driveway. So I drove the truck up the driveway and I left the Soul at the bottom of the driveway. If I wasn't there, I don't know if the Dodge was there. what is it, 999 days or 1,000 days now? I don't keep track. I wake up, I live my life that day, and I go to bed, and I wake up and I live that life. I'm tired of hearing my name. I wanted to be famous at some point in time in my life. You know, everybody wants to be famous and have that limelight and that money and everything to go with all this shit. But then you get wrapped up in the middle of this, and you had nothing. Be that dude that had these strains of weed and everybody come to because they wanted that weed and all this other shit. And now at this point in time, I'm happy with going to the dispensary, getting my weed, and going back home and smoking my good shit every day and don't have to fuck with it.
Fred, they want to know, were you around the Wells a lot? Don Wells and them?
The whole time I lived there, I might have been up there maybe 15 times.
Over there, and I took the weed over there, and I told Donnie that was the last time. And I didn't sell him nothing for a while because he sent his damn kid over there to get weed from me when it's not a child's problem or person. It's not. I'll do coke, I'll do pills.
You've never done meth? So you've never done meth or cocaine?
My guess now. I'm not saying that's fact. I'm just saying my guess would be that somebody has taken opportunity if that's what happens. And that those things, had they not been happening, she might be where she's supposed to be right now. This is what you get. These fucking areas up. And you have people running all across. Most of the goddamn second light haulers for sale. So I don't know, y'all. I can see somebody dying. I just want to let everybody know, because I'm just at the point where I'm going to start shitting. I'll burn the goddamn creek down. Fucking neighbors fucking look to him. I don't know what the fuck else to tell them. I hope they ain't got children that wanted a yard.
He was with Fred at Kathy's house.
Okay.
I'm not stupid, Ziggy. I don't watch everything that goes on the YouTube streets. I have a life to live. As far as Summer Wells, I had nothing to do with that. Sold weed. If it's like a victimless crime, I mean, everybody pretty much smokes weed. Even the police smoke weed.
Has she always said this stuff about you?
Yeah. I mean, from the time we got together, I was sleeping with everything and anything that walks, run, 18 to 85, mind, deaf, dumb, retarded. I mean, excuse my language, but I mean, if you have a certain amount of time to get from point A to point B, and I mean, does 5 minutes to 15 minutes satisfy you in an escapade in the bathroom? I'm not that type. So
you don't know.
I wasn't there on the 15th.
But okay.
I was not there on the 15th. I don't know nobody that has a dark blue or black single cab Chevrolet truck. I've never went in the holler and had anybody follow me out. I don't know nobody. I know one person passed my driveway. I associate with one. Can I talk? His name is John. That is the only house. Fred, that's the only house I go to on Ben Hill Road, right?
I've seen you go in past my driveway many times.
Yeah, just to go in, turn around, come back out. I don't know Ed. I ain't never talked to Ed. I talked to him a time or two. I don't much like him. I don't think he much likes me either. I know he don't like you. Personally, I feel some sort of way that I didn't get to buy that because of JL's some bitching ass. If I'd have been out of jail, I'd have had the money to pay $130,000 for 265 acres and close on it in 30 days. If I'd have been out of jail, I would have bought that property. And I do feel some sort of way that some son of a bitch that I don't like and that won't let us freely walk across our great grandma's property has it and wants to fuss about us going up through there, that we've done it our whole life. But no, I don't harbor no hard feelings.
Which property are you talking about?
I'm talking about the Redmond's property.
Okay.
Other than the property that Fred has, that where his camper's at, that his mom bought during the auction when I was in jail for my drug charges. They auctioned off my great grandma Hill's property for $130,000, and it was 265 acres. That all you had to pay down was 10% for 30 days. And there was enough logs on that property to be able to log and sell off and pay for the rest of that property, but nobody would do it. And JL screwed everybody out of it. Am I lying, Fred? How do you feel?
I feel the same.
Okay, so I don't deal with Redmond. I deal with one person on that holler, which is my Uncle John, which is my mom's brother. I didn't come off the hill, and
So
I honestly can't deal. Sometimes I can't go up there because I can't deal with it. Jose over there one night.
You're talking about some of the people that had hang out at the wells, is what you're saying. You're mentioning.
I'm telling you, people that I've seen on their property when I've been there. I've seen Hunter. I think Jose that one time. I've seen this dude Bob. I don't feel that he knows, and I can't tell you nothing in my family would have anything to do with a missing child and had anything to do. I know how I was raised. Yes, I've made my fuck ups. Yes, I've done shit that I shouldn't have. Yes, I've done shit that need to be done. But we try to stick to what we was raised by.
Well, Andy, my parents didn't raise me to take in some 13-year-old girl down the road and live with her in their house and play house with her for the next 26 years. All of us wasn't raised like you were raised. Evidently, your parents allowed that stuff and they invited it into their home.
And how we was raised. So I really don't know what else to say tonight.
Why were you all the way down at the end?
I wasn't all the way down on the end of Ben Hill Road on the 15th. I wasn't even all the way down on the end of Ben Hill on the 14th. I went to the house past Fred's mom and dad's house. You know where I went, Fred.
You was on camera past there on the 15th. The law enforcement has it.
No, sir. Okay, this is all I've got to say on that. If they had me on camera on the 15th in the holler, they have never came to me and said, sir, we have you on camera on the 15th. What was you doing here? They showed up at my work at Hayworth, spoke to my boss, and watched the camera. Seriously, did I say anything to you that says anything about me being on that road or having anything to do with Summer being missing?
No, but Jody Sue's asking you questions. When the last time you seen Summer alive and stuff on the recording?
Well, okay. Yeah, just because I answered. Just because I answered.
The last time you seen Summer, and you told her you seen her earlier that day, and that was on the 15th.
14th or the 13th, or the both days. I can't remember, man. On the 13th.
So did you seen last time you seen her live was on the 14th on video? I mean on the record. It's timestamp 15.
The Fields Road search. Did you go down to Fields Road on the 15th? Or why? Do you know anything about that property of your guys's, Andy, being focused on?
I mean, no, not really. I mean, they searched all down through there. Like it wasn't just Fields Road. They've come through the mountain back there in between Ben Hill Road and Fields Road.
You didn't? Did you go to Fields Road that on the 15th?
Maybe later on that night. I don't remember doing it earlier in the evening just to look. I mean, I think that was We went down there just to check, see if anybody was around for the Jackie Dodge situation. No, I didn't hop over the gate. I just looked. The gate was there. I can drive through the field and get my ass chewed and just deal with it. If I want to go up there, I've seen
Right.
Hunter. I think, Jose that one time. I've seen this dude, Bob. Yeah, he sent him over there. He sent him over there one time to get weed like that. And I took the kid over there and I took the weed over there and I told Donnie that was the last time. And I didn't show him nothing for a while.
Like father, like son. Lucy, let me tell you something, baby. Let me tell you something before you come try to comfort me. First of all, your son knew better than that. Running around and
For $20,000, had a house, had buildings on it, close to 20 acres. That way nobody else could move into the holler, okay? Because I don't want that. I don't want fucking neighbors.
And so, and if you know me, I hate noises. Not a big fan, obviously. And I hated that property because of the way it picked up sounds. I didn't want to hear everybody's shit. I wanted absolute silence. I really bit because it was like, man, I just want to go back elsewhere where we were before. This is too much. They're there, and they're just hours before Summer goes missing. So anyway, that was at least most of the interaction with JD. The guy was a little off. The only vehicle I saw parked there that day was the blue Trailblazer, older. The next day, as y'all seen and heard, things changing, which we first took to be rumor, and I still, there are questions about things, even for we who were up close and personal with these situations and had visual on all of this for the duration.
Tell you what, you can't have SD cards ready for the police before they even fucking get there the night of the 15th. You fuck with the cameras, or she's got footage from the time the day starts until the time she takes the fucking chips out. Why would you have the chips ready? That's you assuming that there was going to be no more action after you took the cards out. Why wouldn't you leave the cards in there until the police get there? And then you've captured everything.
And in there quite a while before law enforcement even got in there. I mean, we basically had our property searched. We had cameras coming together. We had everything trying to get it ready for as they were first rolling in.
She only responded one time in all of that. Well, 4:52, that's almost 2 hours. She only responded one time. Why is Jody Sue so committed in the first 5 minutes of all of this that she's got to hide her scent? She knows the dogs are coming. She knows the helicopters are coming. And she knows the fucking police are coming to get this footage. But this is the problem. She knew it too early. You can't commit to the idea that you know all these police are coming that early in the situation. You can't know that, Jody. You can't know. Look here, baby. You can't know somewhere down in here that the child has gone missing. And that it's going to be one that isn't going to be solved in the next 5 minutes because she's going to come out the woods, right? You don't know that. And my contention is you committed too early to the fact that it was going to be heavy police traffic later on.
What's that road called? Do you know? It's near the church.
No, it's just right there. I can't remember it.
That's the first place I wanted to check out.
Yeah, you're good. Okay, so which one? Because there's two.
There's just past yours.
Okay, so Andy's.
And so an hour before they called, It was an hour before they called. Why would she be over there?
Was she running Hunter back home?
No, they got home at 3:15. You got home around, you said between 5:36.
What time? Oh, Jody Sue's in here. Oh, she wants to come in and stalk you. She wants to know, ask why he was selling drugs to the kids. Don't answer that. Don't answer that. Somebody hide her. Give her, she needs 300 seconds to think about her fucking life. Okay. Andy, what time did you get home on the 15th?
Pretty sure it's after 6 something. Probably closer to 6:30.
Well, I'll say this much. At 6:05, there's a text out there that Jody Sue put up a screenshot of. At 6:05, you texted her and said you were on your way. So how long does it take to drive from where you used to work at Hayward to home at Ben Hill?
Traffic, depending on whatever it was, 28 to 32 minutes, 25 to 32, 35 minutes.
So if you texted at 6:30, let's say, or at 6:05, and it took you 30 minutes, so you would have been home at 6:35 or 6:40, and the police were already there, right?
I'm pretty sure when I pulled in, they pulled in shortly after. Pretty sure it was 6:45, not later, not like 6:45. When I got home, we parked the car and I started to help look. I think I seen Candace when I was coming in.
So you saw Candace when you were coming, because you guys were all standing down there, like at the end of your driveway down by Ben Hill, right?
I'm pretty sure I was at the end of the road talking to somebody when I finally seen her or seen her. I think that's when she come in or out in the truck one.
Candace did. That's new, isn't it? I don't think I've heard that before, because Candace took off in the truck like crying and stuff on the phone with Don, saying that, summer's gone. And then he said, you're telling me that somebody took my baby girl or something like that. And so she took off, supposedly looking for Summer in her vehicle. But you're saying like you saw her come back in her vehicle when you were already back home. So that would have had to have been after 6:30. She wants to know, did Candace say anything to you when you got back, or did Don speak to you?
What do you mean when I got back?
Like when you got home from work. I think that's what they're asking.
Oh, I mean, yeah, everybody was saying stuff to everybody.
Okay.
But that's been almost a year ago. I don't know.
Yeah. So, what was your friendship like with Don and Candace?
Dealt with them when I had to. As little as possible. I mean, that's about it. They wasn't friends. They just neighbors.
Yeah.
Now, I remember when I was coming in that day that I passed her at the end of the road, and she's the one that told me she was missing and she was looking for her.
And that was around, you got home around, you said between 5:36.
No, I was running late that day. I worked over.
Okay.
So it was up towards 6:30 or something.
Oh, it was
getting
later.
home.
Okay,
It's like, yeah, I mean, if she could have been out here at 5:30 and back here by the time I got here at 6:30ish, and then was going back out for something.
She was headed back out when you saw her.
Yeah, she's coming out of the holler when I said, because I was coming in the holler. She's like, Summer's missing. I'm looking. I figured she was going to get cell phone service to call.
Yeah.
In the truck was younger. I'm seeing older. Somebody, let's just say somebody in their 60s, church deacon. I don't know what a deacon means exactly. I don't know what church that belongs to, but church deacon. grandfather figure who I take to be older. We'll just put them as a grandfather age, say 70. I mean, you can be a grandfather at 50, we know this, but I'm going to put them at the traditional grandfather age in their 70s, and then I'm going to put somebody about the age of 17 through 23. I feel all three of these men are Caucasian, and I feel like Summer knowingly knew the person. So this is somebody who betrayed another person who knew them. This is a betrayal for some, but there's a reason for it. Like, there's a reason. It's like I'm getting back at you. This is a betrayal
of some kind. This is a betrayal to Summer. It's I'm getting even with you.